Hi, my name is Richard Gant. I am here with Ndaba Mandela. Now, the thing about this moment is Mr. Mandela did not know he was coming on camera, but Mandela, would you please join me?
With pleasure, my brother, with pleasure.
Thank you. We're here at a planning conference for the Protect the Gold campaign.
That's right.
That starts in another month and will go through the run-up to the World Cup and through the World Cup. Ndaba is one of the faces of this campaign. As you well know, Ndaba is the grandson of Nelson Mandela, and not only does he bring that whole royal visage with him, but he brings the whole South African AIDS experience also. He brings a youth element to this campaign that we all think is very important, and so we thank you for being involved.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you very much, my brother. It's a very important campaign that we are working on here together. And you know, HIV/AIDS has touched not only my family, because I lost both my parents to HIV and AIDS, but the whole continent. You know, every single person on the continent has been touched by AIDS. And I believe we're here today in Salvador because Salvador has the largest black population in Brazil, which is highly affected by HIV. And this is where we're starting our preparation to get the message out there, to make sure that we really fight this stigma of HIV head on.
Well, from my vantage point as an artist, it's about telling stories.
Yes.
What happened to you personally as a result of this, and how did the rest of the community fold its arms around you at that process, during that time?
Well, I think, you know, like any normal human being, it's very difficult to lose parents, particularly to something called HIV and AIDS, which at the time still had a very dark stigma in our country, particularly in South Africa, because some people were very much in denial about this disease and this epidemic getting out of control in terms of the amount of people that it has affected. But luckily, because of our grandfather, you know, a lot of people were there to support us. And my grandfather actually was very instrumental. And I remember we had a discussion within the family right before the press conference. And there were people in the family who said, no, let's say he died of pneumonia, because HIV doesn't actually kill you. It makes your immune system weak, and then something else kills you. And my grandfather said, no, we are not going to say he was killed by pneumonia or anything else. We are going to say he died of HIV and AIDS. And that's what happened. And we went to the press conference together as a family, and we released a statement. Obviously, our grandfather is still strong and healthy, you know, leading us. And yeah, it was a very touching, you know, moment in our lives. But because of him, as you can imagine, everybody was with us, and everybody, you know, sent their words of comfort, etc., etc. But going forward from there, I did a lot of research, and a lot of people came to me with a lot of information about HIV and AIDS, where it came from, how it started, how it spread, etc., etc. And today, I'm able to say I am very knowledgeable on the subject, and you know, one of the primary ways we can really stop it and how it's really spread is through using condoms, just using protection. And that's why we're here to say, protect the goal. Protect the goal. What is the goal, my brother?
Three zeros.
3 zeros.
Right. And how can we get to 3 zeros?
That's true. And what is the goal? I mean, this campaign was specifically designed for young people.
Yes.
Because as young people, we all have dreams and aspirations. We all want to achieve and become great things within our community. We want to be a lawyer, a doctor. You want to be a president. You know, you want to be maybe a soccer player, a basketball player, a musician, an actor. Right?
Of some use to our community.
Yes.
We want to be that, yes.
We want to be successful, no matter what field we choose. And we have to make sure that in that process, make sure that you protect yourself. Because if you are careless and reckless, you will not be able to achieve your goal, because you will not be there. You will perish.
But the interesting thing about our Protect the Gold campaign is that it sits at the junction between culture and athletics. Now here we are talking about the athletic heroism, you know, these stellar, physically fit people, but we're also trying to draw attention to the affected and afflicted. And so what's your notion about how all of that can operate?
Well, having these very fit, athletic people, obviously these are role models, and you have a lot of people who look up to them as role models. And sometimes we may not be the people that they listen to, but when they open the TV and they watch their favorite sports, and that man says, hey, are you protecting your goal? Are you protecting your goal? Okay, you may have been affected, and now you feel, oh, my parents are gone, my sister's gone, or even I am affected. But that does not mean the end of the world, because you can still continue fighting.
And there we are.